Hey, Dani K, coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. What's going on, guys? So, a couple of my clients, I just wanted to come to you kind of quick. And a couple of my clients, members, obviously we're, stuck at home and, the gyms are closed. And so some of them don't have treadmills. So what do you do if you don't have a treadmill, and how do they stay on point with the way I've been training them? Some of you might know, some of you might not know, but some of my training techniques, are obviously designed to and proven to actually work. So they want to stay on point. So they don't have a treadmill. So one of the cardio ways that I have people working, not just our Koga stuff, but HIIT training. Obviously, we've all heard about HIIT training. We've all heard about like how well that works, right? And it's definitely time saving, because back in the day, we would do weights for an hour and cardio for an hour, 2 hours in the gym, and we just don't have that time anymore. Now we might have some time, but to work fast, effective, efficiently, HIIT training is one of the best ways, but also Tabatas. So a lot of my clients and members know about Tabatas. That's kind of like, we're probably like the Tabata gym kind of thing. So basically what Tabatas is, in a nutshell, is any fast-paced cardio for 20 seconds and then 10 seconds off, right? So a lot of my clients and members are saying, how do I do that without a treadmill, right? So I just had a conversation just the other day with one member, and everybody's just kind of messaging me, and they're like, you know what, you need to do a live on this. One, not just to help my people, but to help everyone that's out there struggling and trying to, do something and stay on point for when the gyms do open. You haven't slacked and all that stuff. So basically what Tabatas is fast-paced cardio for 20 seconds, and then a rest for 10. So, and I say any fast-paced cardio. I have done Tabata classes. And by the way, this fan, Tony did not move this fan, and I walked right into it because it's dark, and I walked into it. It scared the shit out of me. There ain't nobody in this gym. But when I walked the corner, it was dark. The lights hadn't popped on yet. Whew, talk about getting some extra cardio. But so any fast-paced cardio. So I did, a couple of years ago, I did a Tabata class, where we had stations set up. So we had the treadmill, we had the rower, we had the bike, we had, I had stick it and Post-its everywhere, like jump rope over here, jumping jacks, high knees, butt kicks, like all this stuff. So at home, any fast-paced cardio. So make a list of what you're going to do. Make a list of, jumping jacks, butt kicks. If you don't know what butt kicks are, it's when you're kind of kicking your butt up, or kind of kicking your butt this way really fast, as opposed to high knees coming up this way, right? J-Lo is over there. She scares the shit out of you too. You jumping jacks. So make a list of all the fast-paced cardio that you want to do, right? And, and then what you can do is, with people like, well, how do I know, I'm going to have to sit there and look at my clock, right? No. Cool thing on your smartphones, you have a timer. Check it out. Look on your App Store or your Google Play Store, or whatever it is. Look for a Tabata timer. So Tabata timer, and I'm pretty sure you can set at least the one that I have. You can set it for any time frame that you want. What I do is I set my time frame for me, for my members, for clients, even if we're doing Tabatas outside, and I'll get to that in a second, set it for, 20 seconds and 10 seconds. So you got a 20-second fast-paced cardio, 10-second rest, and it'll beep when you start. It'll beep when you stop. It'll beep, when the 10 seconds is up, it'll beep to start again for your 20 seconds, right? So that's a cool thing. So utilize that, right? So you don't have a treadmill. So there's so many different ways. Like back in the day, and I'm going to say back in the day because, I'm an old fart. We used to, when we go to like the school track, we would sprint the straightaways and jog or walk the curves, right? Sprint the straightaway, walk or jog the curve. So that's a form of Tabata. So y'all can do that, right? Sprint, and your sprint, not anyone else's. It's working to your ability, or past your comfort zone, not someone else's, right? So so sprint the straightaway, jog the curve. Sprint the straightaway, jog the curve. or walk it. Another thing that we used to do back in the day, and make sure it's safe, right? Telephone pole sprints, right? Or mailbox sprints. So make sure your area is safe. Like if you have, I see Margie on there. So like Margie with like Route 30, like make sure it's safe. You got a nice big shoulder, right? So, you sprint to a telephone pole, walk or jog to the next telephone pole, sprint, jog, walk, sprint, jog, right? Or walk. So that's another form of Tabata, right? Little hit stuff going on there. Now, granted, to that telephone pole, I did this years ago, and a lot of times on Route 30, there was like, it never failed. Like the further apart telephone poles were the ones where I had to sprint. And then the short ones were where I had to walk. Like I was like, oh my God, that's not enough time, right? So, kind of play with that a little bit, Same thing with mailboxes. Sprint to the mailbox, jog to the next, sprint to the next, jog to the next, or walk, right? So those are kind of, some definitely cool kind of, what's up, Kogi Tony, what's going on? So those are some cool kind of like things, like think outside the box to still get your Tabatas in, still get your hit in, right? Here at, Dani K. Jimmo Wellness, we like to work as much as we possibly can. My training techniques is trying to work the most fastest, effective, efficient way of getting the results to you guys, because that's what you're wanting, right? Whitney, mailboxes, right? Yeah, jog it, sprint it, or walk it, whatever. So the fast, effective, efficient ways. I have, 29 years in this industry, and I've kind of honed in on, what actually, lights go out. See, that's what happened. The light went out. Come on. The light went out and I ran into that fan, and it scared the shit out of me. So 29 years in this industry, and I've honed in on a lot of techniques and, kind of like working with myself and working with my clients and seeing what actually works. And I'm telling you, I've kind of mastered it, and I'm not the only trainer. I'm not saying that I'm the only trainer that's ever mastered this in the whole wide world. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, the reason that, my clients and my members see these fast, effective, efficient results is because of the way we train, right? So, when you're training, you want to work just like I express that all the time in Koga class. You guys have like dropped in on my live Kogas with Tony. We're working anaerobically, which is the muscle system when we're doing like the weights, the Koga pumped part, right? And we're working aerobically. So when you're working anaerobically, the muscle system, and aerobically, the cardio system, you are tapping into the fat burning process that much faster. Guess what you're seeing? Faster, more effective, more efficient results, right? So that's kind of, when I train my clients, that's what we're doing for the most part. Even some of my clients that are, like having some limitations with hips or knees or backs or whatever, I work them in a hit kind of way to what they can do to their limitations, right? And I get them to do, the Tabata portion to their limitations, to what they can do, right? Even the recumbent bike, you pedal like crazy for 20 seconds. And then of course everybody that knows that recumbent bike, if you stop pedaling, it dies and, kind of goes out and you have to start all over again. So you just kind of keep it going enough at a slow pace, keep it going enough to keep it awake. And then 20 seconds you're sprinting. And it's easy to do that with, like our rower or treadmill, that recumbent bike kind of thing, because it has a clock on it, right? So you can see when 20 seconds goes, rest for 10, go for 20, go rest for 10. So what the point is with this is, how do we do that at home without the treadmill and the timer? So, get on your Google Play, your Apple Store, get the Tabata timer, just type it in there. There's a shit ton of, Tabata timers. See which one you like, which kind of looks prettier, whatever. It's kind of what I go by the color scheme and then look and see what's, most effective and efficient for me, if I can change up the time frames and stuff. And then, you have your headphones on. You can even do it in your yard. Just make sure, if it's your yard and you're jogging or sprinting in your yard, right? Make sure you don't have divots, because we don't want you to sprain your ankle. You can do it up and down your driveway. You can do it in a parking lot, on the school track, wherever, wherever you have some space that obviously is, no traffic, right? We don't want to dodge the cars and play a little game of Frogger, right? But listen to the beeps on that Tabata timer. It'll beep and you start, you sprint. It'll beep, you stop, right? And I wouldn't suggest that you stop. Maybe just kind of get to that walk, and then you're walking for 10 seconds. It'll beep, and then you sprint again. It'll beep, and you stop, you slow down. It'll beep, you go again, right? So that is Tabatas without a treadmill, right? You guys can do this. And then that way, for all y'all, especially with my Dani K members and clients, when we open back up, you won't be like dying when you get back to doing those Tabatas again. When I'm putting you on those Tabatas again, you won't be dying because you'll still be in that practice of it, right? So, Tony, what's Tony got? I love Koga. Oh, that's Marshall. Marty, what's going on? I love Koga. Tony, you need to start doing classes on Saturday. I miss rowing though. Yeah, Marty likes rowing. And I hate running. All y'all out there that know me know I hate running. So if you told me that, I had to do my Tabatas and I got to choose between running and rowing, I would run. And I do, since my car accident, I've had to limit, a lot of my stuff like that. As you know, I can't really give it all, crazy hell in Koga class. So I can't really do, my Tabatas on there and stuff like that. So, got to watch those limitations that I'm dealing with. So I'm trying to think outside the box to get myself staying with that. Right. But there are so many different ways, it's just a lot of times, one, like the one member client that I was talking to the other day, he's like, you need to do a video on this. Why don't you? One thing that I don't know is a lot of times I don't know what y'all want to hear. So that's why I do these videos. Drop comments below, right? Or inbox me on things, that you may or may not, may or may not know or want to, hear a better result or answer or something like that. Because a lot of times, like I said, I've been doing this for 29 years and I don't know exactly what y'all don't know yet because I've been preaching all this stuff. So, talk to me, I will, got plenty of time on my hands. I can do plenty of videos for y'all. Marty, girl, when you open back up, it's on and I'm popping. Let's do this, right? I'm hoping very, very soon, right? But at any rate, so, just wanted to get on here and give you some Tabata type talk, little cardio hit stuff, because that's where you're going to actually see the fast, effective, efficient results is, when you're working anaerobically and aerobically. So again, anaerobically is the muscle system, and aerobically is the cardio system. Now people say, well, but we're running, if we're doing Tabatas, we're not really lifting weights, so we're not really working our muscle system. But you are. So Dr. Tabata, this is where it all originated from. He's a doctor, I think he's Japanese. But he did this study years ago that he had a group doing Tabatas, 2010, for 4 minutes, and he had a group doing longer cardio, probably on an elliptical or something. So they were doing an hour. The Tabata people were doing 4 minutes. And the longer cardio people did an hour 5 days a week for 6 weeks, and the 2010 people did 4 days a week, 4 minutes, 4 days a week for 6 weeks. So they were actually working less. They were doing less than the hour people, right? But all said and done, at the end of the 6-week testing, he did the body testing and the body fat testing. So all said and done, the Tabata people actually, the 2010 people, not only increased their cardio, but they also increased their muscle, right? Just doing that. That's all they did. They didn't lift weights. So they just did the 2010 for 4 minutes. I have my clients, some of my guys, I have them doing the 4 or 5 minutes. A lot of my women, I'll have them do 8 minutes because, let's face it, y'all, it's not fair, but women's body are meant to store, men's bodies are meant to burn, right? So at any rate, you do work anaerobically and aerobically when you're doing Tabatas, but you're also working anaerobically and aerobically when you're doing a class like Koga, where you're working with the and HIIT stuff when you're working with weights and cardio. So that is the best, most effective, most efficient, and the fastest way to get the results that you're looking for. So all of that said and done, drop me some comments if y'all liked it, want to hear more. Let's go with this, and drop me some comments, inbox me, and like I said, I got plenty of time to give you all of that, right? So Whitney says, does Tabatas help get rid of yeah, I know what you're saying, and I can't say it, and I don't even know if you spelt it right. But basically, I really honestly don't know, because all I do is when I test body fat, I do like the 9-point site body fat testing. And there's, like the bicep, tricep, chest, ab, hip, thigh, lower back, calf, and your subscapula, your shoulder blade. So basically that just kind of gives me muscle and body fat. So muscle pounds, fat pounds, and it gives like the body fat ratio. So I'm not exactly sure like if it's getting, and I can do a little search and kind of like figure that out for you and get back to you. But yeah, I'm the type of person, I won't give you an answer. I won't say, yeah, sure, girl, that's what it does. I'm not going to give you an answer unless I know for sure 100% that that's the right answer. So honestly, I don't know. I will look into it and see exactly, what, but it does, it gets rid of body fat. It drops it fast, right? Increases your muscle. And that's really kind of what we all want, right? We all want those fast, effective, efficient results. So at any rate, guys, again, drop me some comments, share this video if it can help y'all and help friends. And, if you want me to do any other videos or anything like that, drop some comments or give me some private messages and I'll get on it. All right. So till next time. And Koga tonight. Koga is tonight at 5:30. We're going to go live, me and Tony. So set your watches. So at any rate, stay tuned, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye, guys.